What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and this is the Ravens Roundup Week 15 edition. Before we get into it, send a shout out to Chris. I just touched base with him. He has the young ladies with him, so he won't be joining us today. So shout out to Chris for just communicating and being the great father that he is. Because I know he do a lot for them girls, and we need more guys out there like Chris that handling their business and doing what they need to do for their bloodline, so to speak.
Absolutely clear.
Yeah.
Right. So shout out to Chris, man. I appreciate you for all you do for us and them young ladies. But the four that's here, we have 1/3 of the Deep Cover podcast, and it's Carrie. If you lean to the right a little bit, Carrie, they can see it.
There
There it is.
Deep cover. Yes.
Chris is the second one, and Mike is the third. And I don't think Mike will be back for a Chalk Talk this week. I think they still doing night stuff. So I think we might not even have Chalk Talk. It depends on what Chris got going on. I touch base with Chris later on. But so we got Carrie here, and even if you only get Carrie, you got your Deep Cover podcast for this week. But what's good, Carrie? What's going on?
Good, man. Glad to be here talking about a win instead of a loss. So, I'm ready to chop it up and get into it, see what you guys see what I see, and then see, if we can, take something from it and build moving forward.
Got you. I also have one half of PRP, Purple Rain Podcast, and I have Sutton with his co-host Alex. They do a great job over there. Sutton is branching out, doing Sutton Reacts and different little short takes and different things he got going on. So proud of this brother for what he's doing and starting to branch out and do his own thing and just make more content. Because I don't know if y'all been here the past couple of weeks. He say when stuff ain't going right, he feel good making content. When people show up and interact and all that good stuff. So keep doing that for him. And he gonna put out good content. And I believe in him just from before we even got on the show. I had I like the way he handled their show, the way he controlled it, the way he ran it and all that. So that was one of the reasons for asking him to come on. So what up, Sutton? What's good with you?
Hey, man, I appreciate the nice words, man. I mean, I've been having a great time on this show all season. It doesn't even feel like it's been, 15 weeks?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like
it's crazy.
It feels like we've only had like 4 episodes of the show. But nah, man, I'm doing good. It's my birthday week. So I'm chilling. I'm relaxing right now. And appreciate that. And no, I'm feeling good. Like Carrie said, we back in the win column. There's still some things that need to be, kind of tightened up a little bit. I'm sure we're going to get into it today, but I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. And then the OG of the Roundup, Jose, been here since day one. Hey, so let's do this right here, Jose, before we go. And Sutton, I don't know if you know this either, but Carrie may not know it either. This, whatever this is that we're on now, started with an argument, but not even an argument, a debate about a certain player that a lot of people didn't like. I personally did. A lot of people didn't like, and Hendo and Brodney, and I don't know if Jose did, but they had some strong words about this dude that I liked. And that's the birth of this. Jose, let everybody know who that player was.
Hey, all pro Shay. All pro Shay. Yeah, my God.
This thing started because of James Prochet.
OTR Mike said to tell you what's up too. I talked to him over the weekend.
Appreciate it.
That's how it started. That's really how it started. You OTR Mike, you had a little exchange, and you're just like, you know what? Let's all get on the show and let's hash this out.
That's what it was. We had I think I was in the chat and they were talking about it, and it got to the point where I couldn't really voice my opinion, type it fast enough. So I was like, well, forget it. Let's just get on here together and talk about it. And that one, because I was in Tampa when it happened in a hotel. That one show turned into 3 years. Or 4 years. How many years we've been doing this? Just off that conversation.
Shout out to Prochet.
Shout out to Prochet.
Because I feel like I gained brothers doing that.
Absolutely.
Somebody said I forgot about him. Where is he playing now? I think he's in Tennessee.
Yeah,
right?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the fact that he went to Cleveland with Tennessee, he collected a check. So
yep.
Yeah.
Salute to him.
Yeah.
Salute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to make it past 3 years as a late round pick. And what year's he in now? Probably year 5, 6.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 got to be.
Yeah.
He's been in long enough to collect a pension. So
right.
Congratulations.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a win all day long.
All right, B. That's enough. That's enough. that's enough. That's enough. No, we're gonna get Chris to put you in timeout. Hey, they thought it was PQ because I went hard for PQ too, but it wasn't PQ. PQ wasn't on the team yet, I don't think. Oh, he had just got there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. They came in the same year. They're drafted the same year. Drafted the same year. Yeah.
But yeah, Prochet was my guy. I just didn't translate. That's what it was. It didn't translate. But what you and B got going on over there at Lunch Break Hot Take?
Do our live show every Wednesday night, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. If you're up early in the mornings, me and Hendo have been doing something. 6:15 a.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure about tomorrow morning. I got to be at work super early. I got to head out to DC, so I'm not sure about tomorrow. But turn your notifications on. I'm not saying no yet. It might be something.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
What is it? TBD.
TBD. There you go. TBD.
I mean, man, but that noti bell is real, man. Y'all gotta hit that. Hit that noti bell because sometimes it'd be random times we'd be going live. I know me. It'd be the same way with me. Sometimes I'll go live at like maybe 7 in the morning. Sometimes it'll be like 8:30. Just depend on what I'm doing. I haven't really nailed it down yet, but I totally get you, Jose. Those morning streams, they're a totally different animal.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? But
we've been pretty consistent with it. Yeah, we've been consistent with it, and I powered through last week. I was sick as a dog last week, but
it was in your voice.
Yeah. I feel like $1 million this week, but yeah, no, we're gonna try to get it in tomorrow. If not, then I'll make up for it either Thursday or Friday.
Got you. And which day is your B-Day, son?
Saturday.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So we'll make sure we shout that out and do what we need to do to make sure you get your proper birthday greetings. And I'll be out of school too. That's my last day Friday, which is great.
Oh, nice.
We only scored 4 times, but since it's a win, we're gonna do a square 5. I'll be in DC tomorrow too. That's 86. That's Bazel. Oh, he dropped the 5 gifted. Appreciate it. Oh, he said he was gonna do that because he didn't do any during the game. So he dropped the 5. Appreciate it, B. And if you got a gifted membership from 86 Ghosts, please tell them thank you.
Shout out Ghost.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's get into these questions. We got what I feel like is 5 good ones, and then we'll have our little fun questions on the back end. So the first question: what changed this week that allowed the Ravens to get back in the win column? If you don't know, we won 24-0. Lamar Jackson had 150, 2 touchdowns, interception. The interception, in my opinion, wasn't his fault. Derrick Henry 11 for 100, Keaton 8 for 66. Receivers, Zay 3 for 68, D Hop 1 for 32, Rasheen Ali 1 for 32, Mark Andrews 2 for 18. Not a lot of stats, but what changed this week to allow us to get back in the win column? I'll start with you, Sutton.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what changed was the offense finally starting to pick it up and do something, contribute, to these performances that we've been having. So one stat that really jumped out to me that I researched earlier today, this Ravens team, they have not scored 2 touchdowns in the first half of a game since the Miami game in October, and like the fact that it happened on this past Sunday, against the Bengals, that was kind of when I knew we would probably win that game. And it kind of woke me up again. And I realized how important it is to not just go out there and score 3 points on drive, not just to settle for 3. We were getting touchdowns, and that really put us in a much more comfortable spot, and it put us in a position to where we could use Derrick Henry and literally pound the air out of the football in the second half, exactly like we did. The fourth quarter, the Ravens didn't even attempt a pass. That is the exact game script that you want for this Ravens team. It's really a perfect performance, but the offense is really what kind of made it come together. So I'll definitely say the offense for me.
Didn't even have an offensive play in the fourth quarter till right before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah,
which was crazy.
Yeah, they doubled us up in time of possession too, which was insane. They walked away with no points. That was probably the most uninspired performance I've seen from a professional team in a minute. If you're a Bengals fan, you cannot be feeling good about what you saw on Sunday at all.
I would almost go on a limb and say they quit.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% they quit.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would go on a limb and say they quit. Jose,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Henry
Go
was
ahead.
breaking off runs 20 yards at a time. He broke off he had 4 consecutive runs. 3 of them went for 20 plus. I mean, that has not happened, I don't think, at all this season. Not at that type of clip. So you could tell it was cold out there, and maybe that's the little silver lining for the offense. It's getting colder outside. We're gonna give that ball to Derrick Henry. Hey, look, you saw what DK Metcalf did to the Dolphins in the cold yesterday. They do not want to tackle those big dudes when it gets below freezing outside. It just is what it is. So maybe that's something to look forward to with the offense. Derrick Henry running against these colder defenders.
Gotcha. Jose?
Well, look, like Draymond Jones said, it was too cold for them.
Yep. I like that dude.
He mean. I like him. Yeah, for sure.
No, I mean we came out there. The difference was body language and attitude. It's the same thing that we were saying about the Ravens a few weeks back when especially when Lamar was out. Is the most disappointing thing about the team was the body language, and it's turned around, and they went out there trying to prove a point. And the Bengals went out there like, man, we ain't about to do nothing, And they absolutely quit in the fourth quarter. After that pick six, they just said, let's run the clock out. They weren't really trying to score. They're just running the ball, letting them run down. We took the will out of them, and that's what I like to see. And we need to do the same thing against the Patriots. But defense is the difference in this game, 100%. That's the thing that's been missing all year is forcing turnovers in key moments. Not just getting turnovers is cool, but turnovers in key moments and breaking the will of your opponent. So keep it up.
And Kerry?
For me, I thought it was some wrinkles, some creativity in the run game to complement what Jose just said about the defense. You saw steady 3-4 yard gains that in previous weeks were, runs for losses. They did just enough to kind of keep everything on schedule that allowed them to kind of limit the dropbacks, which, keeps Lamar out of harm's way with the offensive line. And then, they just kept it simple. Sometimes you don't need an elaborate game plan. I mean, this Bengals team, they quit. I mean, the Ravens forced them to quit. Let's be clear about that. They kind of broke their will, as Jose, pointed out. But, it just came to a point where they didn't have a whole lot of fight left in them. And so in those kind of situations, those kind of games, less is more. And so that's what they were able to do. They had built up enough goodwill with some of the things they did offensively. Lamar looked fast again. That helped in the run game. So, just kept it simple, got enough of a solid push from the run game to pull this one out convincingly. So I would say creativity in the run game.
Lamar hit 19 something on that little sprint he had too. So maybe that juice is starting to come back a little bit. And he didn't take a lot of hits that I paid attention to this game. So this could have been a game where that didn't hinder his progression to get back healthier, get as healthy as possible. Because I didn't see him take a lot of hits. Obviously, he didn't run much, and he did most of his damage from the pocket. And we didn't have a lot of offensive plays either to put wear and tear on. We only had 40 or maybe 41 offensive plays. Well, they had, I think, 77.
And see, real quick, Coach, when we talk about Lamar Jackson starting to look a little bit healthier running the football, I want to ask you guys this. I mean, I think that some of the straight line speed, the natural speed is coming back, but I still haven't seen that shiftiness, you know what I'm saying? Like that quick twitch, you know what I mean? Make one cut, make a guy or two miss, and that's an extra 6 to 8 yards on the carry. Like that's what I'm waiting for. You know what I mean? If he can get that back, and like somebody put in the chat just now, I can't remember, you just had it up on screen, Coach. If he can get that back, when it matters most, I'm looking at him this Sunday night, of course, against the Patriots. That's going to be an absolutely huge game, a litmus test for this Ravens team. Hey, look, if you're serious about going on a run, you got to beat this 11-3 team who's really on the rise this year with an MVP candidate at quarterback. So if he can step up and start to kind of get back and show me something, give me an ankle breaker. That's what I want as a Ravens fan. Give me an ankle breaker, Lamar.
And we'll know he's back.
And we'll know he's back, right? That's what I want for my birthday. That's all I want is Lamar Jackson ankle breaker. That's it. But
so what? And I agree with you. And the reason I do because they ran a boot early in the game, and he they didn't block whoever the end man, some rookie, and he did the one sack Lamar got. Even the dude may have still got the sack if Lamar was healthy, but Lamar would have gave him something to make him work for that sack. So Lamar just kind of saw him and like, let me go on down. A healthy Lamar would have gave him some and made him work for that sack, or he would have got, like you said, his ankles broke.
Right, he'd have totally missed him. Yeah, I agree.
But that straight line speed, I definitely think is coming back. And then if he get any of his little wiggles back to go along with what he's doing with his arm, for the most part, we should be all right. But we just got to put it all together and win some games. For me, what changed for me was just run the football. Like I felt like if we didn't turn it over the first time and ran the ball, we would have had the same result, probably even worse. But I think running the football is what changed. And the fact that we tried to run outside at first and it didn't work. And then we started going on some of our inside runs, and that's when Derek started popping, because you could see him like, almost. The dam gonna break, almost. Then that third quarter, damn, wasn't a dam no more. It was a stream with a broke twig on it. Because I'm not mistaken, the drive you were talking about, Sutton, I think we had 3 explosives that drive. The 2 in a row by Derrick Henry. I think Keaton had one. So they finally was like, get this. We're going to run the ball, see if you can stop it. And that should have been a game plan from the jump, in my opinion. Sometimes we smarter than ourselves, though.
Facts.
All right. Second question. Did this restore your confidence in the playoff chase or the Super Bowl chase, or did it just stop the bleeding for this week? And that's for panel and chat. And we'll start with you, Kerry.
Nah, I just stopped the bleeding. I mean, to use a previous analogy, they got back on the road, but they ain't turned no corner yet. So, they had to fight their way to get back on the road. Back on the road now, it's up to them at this point. We talked last week about how they didn't necessarily have to win out to get into the playoffs. I still believe that to be the case. But I want to see something here. Like, you playing the Patriots this week, look like you belong on the same field as them.
Right.
Packers the week after that, look like you belong on the same field as these 2 teams that are locked into the playoffs. And then obviously week 18, right some wrongs against a pretty mediocre Steelers team. I care more about, obviously I want to see them win those 2 of those 3 or all of the 3, but I care more about how they look in these games to make me feel like confidence is restored in them. That's what I'm looking for, is that look like you belong with these teams.
Gotcha. Jose?
Nah, everything Kerry said, like they just stopped the bleeding for now. You have to. I need to see how you perform in all 4 of these games, right? And then if we perform well, if we win all 4 of them, then you'll restore my confidence going into the playoffs. But this is week to week, and we need to treat every week like a must win, especially if the Steelers keep winning, right?
Right.
So they really need to take this game seriously. I think, the Packers game is a game that we could drop and still get back in, still get in, but we still got to treat that game serious as well. Play every game like it's a playoff game. And if they to the level that we feel like they can sometimes, you'll restore my confidence. But this is a good step in the right direction, blanking the Bengals, getting some revenge. If you go out there and do the Patriots dirty, I'll feel a little better.
Yep. And it's one person, but you get Green Bay without Michael.
Yeah.
So it could.
Although the rest of those guys will look like Micah against our guards, but
I know, right?
I'll take no Micah any day, though.
Sure. Right. Them guys in the middle will definitely get busy, but they ain't the defensive juggernaut they were with Micah, because Micah would get pressure upon pressure upon pressure, and then the DBs didn't have to be that good. Yeah, like Keyshawn Mixon looking like an all-star over there, because of what Michael was doing up front.
Mm-hmm.
But before Michael got there, you probably didn't even know his name. He was a kick returner. But now he borderline not all pro, but Pro Bowl because of Michael. We'll see what they go back to without that constant pressure. Because 52 still gonna get pressure. Rashawn Gary, he's still gonna get pressure. And they linebackers are decent. They got a young linebacker, and they got number 7 that's tall and fast. I forget his name, from Georgia. So they got some pieces, but Michael made that thing go because of so much pressure he was putting on the quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks having to get rid of the ball, or he getting sacks, or somebody else getting sacks because they doubling or tripling him. Yeah, Micah, but like P-Star said, I know he had a bunch of them. I couldn't remember the number, but he out pressuring some teams by himself, which is crazy. Yeah. And still had 12.5 sacks. Who did it? Sutton, it's on you, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm gonna say I agree with the fellas. I mean, it just stopped the bleeding, and the main reason I say that is because the offense still has to show me that they can really, like Kerry said, turn that corner. I feel like we're getting close, but there's certain little things that happen on certain drives that kind of give me pause, right? And some of those things happen to be pertaining to somebody who I'm seen as a hater of. Zay Flowers, having that drop in the end zone, also having that drop that turned into an interception. I can only imagine how much that would impact the playoff game, right? Which is how we need to start looking like a playoff team, right? We cannot have stuff like that happen against a better team just overall. I mean, you're going to have the Patriots coming to town this week and then going to Green Bay after that. Both of those offenses can punch you back right in the mouth if you mess up, right? And like, they're not going to be playing flat like the Bengals did. They're actually playing for something. Both teams are. So it's just, for me, it just stopped the bleeding, but they've got more to prove. It's going to start with this Sunday night.
Because New England's playing for the
1
division.
seed.
Division.
Yeah. That division and the 1 seed.
Yeah.
They're the 2 now because they lost and the Broncos won. But that also puts Buffalo only 1 game behind them. But we beat them, Buffalo win. They got the same record.
Yeah, then all of a sudden the Packers, they're kind of fighting for their playoff chances too with the loss last week. So, both teams are going to be scratching and clawing. So it's not going to be easy, but I need to see something from this Ravens team.
Agreed.
Yeah.
P-Star, I think Tez should play from the 30 to the 30. And then D-Hop should come in from the 30 in. I've been saying that before the season started. Tez should play from the 30 to the 30. Then bring D-Hop in once we get inside the 30, let him be that red zone threat. Because just think about it. The one catch D-Hop had Sunday. Imagine if that was Tez. Tez run away from all 3 of them cats.
Yeah, definitely would. Definitely would. He'd be high stepping right up out of there. D-Hop knew he didn't have the angle. He knew he didn't have the straight line speed. Yeah, which is why he took the weirdest step to the left. Like, I was like, bro, what are you doing? I mean, I know, like, 6-7 years ago, D-Hop is taking that to the house, no problem, no issues, But that's what you're not getting with 2025 D-Hop, He can catch, but he ain't gonna be able to do much after that. So
he said, I just want this play to be over. I don't give a damn where I got it cut. As long as it means this play is over.
I mean, Michael Pierce.
They say D-Hop was looking for somebody to pitch the ball to.
No, for
real. Speaking of Michael Pierce, now that I think back on it, that's probably what he should have did when he got his interception.
Yeah.
When he got his interception,
he
took a knee.
Yeah, he took a knee.
Probably should have pitched that thing back and saw what happened. But that was funny.
Yeah. It was.
That was funny. And it was basically the same play. Touch, like Kyle said, rush to touch and drop out. And, somebody I think Tavius got free. And Joe just, I don't know if y'all saw it, but when Joe threw it, he fell at the same time. Like, I don't know if he was trying to avoid the hit.
Yeah.
Or did he slip or what?
Way off. I don't know what happened on that one. It just looked like, I don't know. I was telling Alex this yesterday on PRP. It looked like when you play in Madden, or like in your case, you play college football 26, like when you down a couple scores and the game's not going how you want it to, it's just like a frustration. I'm gonna just throw it, see what happened. Ended up being a pick 6, and that's when you quit the game right there. They had already quit at that point, but you get my point.
Hey, us Nintendo players reset.
Yep.
just hit the reset button.
Yep. Don't even worry about it.
Hold that real quick. Boop.
Or
Don't think twice
lift it
about
up real quick. Boop. Oh man, I don't know.
I didn't hit the surge protector before. Oh man, my game cut off. I don't know what happened. Hey, whatever it takes, baby. Whatever it takes. All right, let's go to question 3. I had an old coach tell me, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. All right, I thought about it. Let me do it. I messed up. Ticker. I wanted to scroll. There we go. Save. All right, here we go. Now, which unit deserves the most credit for the turnaround for this 24-0 win? And I know off the top of your head, you'd probably say one size is 0, but just think about it. The offense, defense, or coaching? Which side had the biggest turnaround to contribute to this 24-0 win?
I mean, I'll just start it off. I'm gonna say the defense, and the reason why I say the defense is it has a lot more to do with, just this game against the Bengals. Ever since week 6, they're only giving up 15 points per game. That's the bottom line. So the fact that they've been able to be so steady ever since moving Kyle Hamilton, around the box and using him in that area, I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that. All you really ask for, like I said 15 minutes ago, just have the offense score touchdowns. We scored 2 touchdowns in the first half, and that really set us up for success in this one. I mean, it's a recipe for success. If you start fast on offense, the defense is going to be there. It's going to be steady. I mean, I believe in this defense right now. I don't necessarily think that they're even too turnover dependent. I just think that they're holding it down. And, Teddy Buchanan, who's the tackle leader on this team, that's a huge loss, a huge blow. And there's going to be guys who have to step up, like Trenton Simpson. But, I think definitely I got to give the credit to the defense for this one. I mean, you pitched a shutout against a divisional opponent. I'm giving it to the defense.
Jose?
Yeah, same. I don't have as much high praise for the defense. They did what they're supposed to do against bad teams, and like I said, I don't discredit that. I think you need that when you're trying to build your confidence. But they gave up 27 to the Steelers. They gave up 32 to the Bengals beforehand. So they needed a game like this to say, hey, look, we better than this. No, it's 100% for the defense, man. Like the Bengals won the time of possession. They were on the field a lot. Our offense wasn't on the field a whole lot, and we didn't have to do too much. And the defense, when we talk about bend but don't break, that's exactly what they did. Yep. And that last drive, I mean, technically the Bengals weren't out of it. They're 3 scores down. There was enough time for them to plus the 2-minute warning to try to do something, but they were so beaten up at that point. They're like, man, let's just go. Let's get inside. It's cold out here. Let's just go home. That's what I want to see from this defense. So, I mean, for this week, man, they get all the praise from me, man. This is by far the best performance of the year.
And before you go, Kerry, as much as Cincinnati's body language was horrible, they still got Jamar. And Jamar torches us. Jamar torches us, whether Joe Flacco, Joe Brady, Joe Montana, Joe Sausage Head, whoever their quarterback is named Joe, Chase be killing us. So,
Coach, I mean, I gotta say this. B read this stat on our show last week. No wide receiver has had more success against a team than Jamar Chase has against the Ravens.
I bet.
In the history of the NFL.
I bet.
In the history of NFL.
Yeah.
He got a 250-yard game and the rest of them at least 125, 130.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this past game was a very quiet 10 catches for 132 yards. And the only reason it was so quiet was because none of those catches led to points. They shut him out completely. But it was still a big game from him. I mean, I don't know what to do. I hated seeing Marlon Humphrey on him early in the game. Marlon Humphrey was just getting twirled around. I'm gonna just leave that there. Go ahead and read the super chat donation.
No.
Okay.
I gotta look into it myself before we discuss. I read that. Read it. Yeah. You read it as well.
I saw that. I didn't see that, but that's very sad news if that's true.
So I was gonna look it up. I didn't want to discuss it without confirming.
I feel like this would have been like crazy big news though. No.
Yeah, that would have came out somewhere, but I'm sorry, sir. I missed this train of thought. Oh, my bad. We'll do research on that.
You didn't.
We'll do a little research on that. But
for sure.
Jose? I think did I miss you?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I mean, I'm not sure that's true. I'm reading an article that Joe Burrow's mom addresses his uncertain NFL future. This was 3 days ago.
Okay. So okay. So who
I feel like that would have got out there.
Yeah, love you. That may not be true on that one. I don't know where you got your info on that one, but I do appreciate the 5. But I don't know if
sure.
that
Salute.
is that.
If you get your information, if you get your information from Twitter, especially if you get your information from Instagram, fact check.
Yeah,
because just like that thing with they were saying, and I almost believed it. It almost got me. They're saying that Tim McCarver's daughter was Stefanski's wife.
Mm.
And it almost got me because I don't know if you remember, Tim McCarver is the reporter that Dion threw water in his face when he was with the Braves. And they was trying to say that his daughter was Stefanski's wife. That's why Stefanski doing what he's doing. And when I first saw it, I was like, man, so I did a little research. And it took me about 15 minutes. That ain't his daughter. That ain't his daughter.
That would be crazy, though.
What? You talking about 6 degrees of separation?
Right.
That would have been crazy. Them kids probably wasn't even born yet when Dion threw that water in that man's face.
Yeah.
But I remember like it was yesterday. He was hating, boy. He was hating hard. Mad because the man played football and baseball, talking about he was selfish. Because he wanted to do both.
Right.
Dion got a foot tub of water. Where's McCarver? Somebody say, oh, there you go, right there. Walked over there. Now, what was you saying? Before you even answer. Whoosh. And it wasn't no whooshing, walk off. It was a whooshing like, what you gonna do? McCarver was like, real classy, Dion.
Yeah.
Real classy. dripping wet.
No, he was tight, boy.
He was hot, boy. I don't think he said nothing positive about Dion the rest of his career.
Shoot, how can you?
Right. You know, if it had been one of us, it would have been on site.
On site.
Shoot, you can't go like that.
Hey, that's what they say. What's that say? Know your audience.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, for this next question, what concerns still linger despite the win? We won 24-0. The offense looked like they knew what they were doing. The defense shut them out. That's still a big thing. But what you think that's still showing that could resurface versus Green Bay, the Patriots, and or the Steelers again? Kerry, we'll start with you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I jump in on it. Matter of fact, I got to hit the last one too. So I agree to defense, but I'm going to buckle it down to a 2-player group.
Okay.
So if you go back and watch the snaps where Tavis rushed from the interior with Draymond Jones beside him,
mm-hmm.
Just watch those particular snaps, and that combo might be able to give them some semblance of a pass rush.
Okay.
If you look at, let me see, I think it was 2 or 3 times where they took Joe Burrow off his spot, kind of sped him up. Tavis sack came off of that alignment. Marlon's interception came off of that alignment. So that 2-player group together, obviously with Tavis' injury and Draymond just getting here through trade, that wasn't something they were able to tap into before. But that's something I want to see a steady diet of going forward, because there's nowhere to go but up for this pass rush. So if that combination can give you a semblance of something on third downs, that's something they definitely need to tap into. So, that's something I want to see. And then as far as concerns, I mean, before this game, before both of these Bengals games, the Bengals were trending to be one of the worst defenses we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And this is a Bengals team that has spent all their early round draft capital over the last several years on defense, except for like 1 second-round pick in like the last 4 years or something like that. And they've looked competent in both games against the Ravens. and they've looked horrible against everybody else. So that's still a big concern. It's a team that was near the bottom of the league in pressure rate, and they've gotten what they get like 4 sacks yesterday, and what did they get 4 more in the first game, or 4 or 5 more, something like that.
Something like that.
So yeah, that's a concern because now you're gonna be facing even Green Bay without Micah. There's still rushers over there that are better than what Cincinnati has. New England, the same thing. So that's still definitely a concern. So, the things they figured out as far as the run game, they have to figure out a way to keep that going, because you just can't expose Lamar to a bunch of dropbacks against these rushers.
Agreed. They shoot, I forgot what my thought was. Now it'll come back to me. Go ahead, son. It'll come back to me.
No, I think it was really, really interesting that you bring up the point, Kerry, about Tavius Robinson and Draymond Jones lining up on the same side, and that seeming to be maybe a combination that we could see later on down the stretch of the season be highly impactful, because I had to go and look at the stats really quick from this week 15 in team average time to pressure, which is a stat that the Ravens have been absolutely dog shit at all season long. They actually landed in the top 5 this week in average time to pressure. And that's super refreshing to see, because one of the biggest pain points on this team that we've been talking about all season long is how we cannot get pressure on anybody. And what I saw not last night, but the other day on Sunday, you guys get it, looked way different from what I saw against Cincinnati on Thanksgiving. Joe Burrow looked way more comfortable in the pocket on that night as opposed to how he did this past Sunday. And if that's any indicator on where this defense is going, then man, I mean, because again, like you said at the beginning of the episode, Coach, what I love about Dre Jones, he has the attitude, right? He brings that kind of like dog mentality that like the whole play like a Raven phrase revolves around. Like that's what that is, when he was doing the whole crying thing coming off the sideline, you know what I mean, taunting, getting in guys' faces. I was almost sure that he was going to get called for a penalty on
Me
that.
too.
I thought that the refs were going to end up throwing it because he just kept doubling down and tripling down on it, right? He really, I think, got into their heads a little bit with that one. So I love that from him. Tavius Robinson, just overall a high effort, high motor guy. You saw on that pick, like we mentioned earlier, Tavius Robinson's right in his face, barreling down on Joe Burrow, forcing him to throw some weird sort of arm angle like we talked about earlier, man. If we can start getting pressure like that, I mean, and then, you got Zach Orr being exotic Zach, right? Doing things. I mean, now listen, I'm not the biggest fan of dropping Travis Jones in the coverage. I'm not. If that had not have worked, we probably would have been killing them today. However, it did work. Calvin Oy was right there for the pick. But that only works if you get pressure. I mean, and that came from Tavius Robinson. Draymond, of course, had the best pressure rate on the team. So overall, man, what concerns still linger despite the win? I know I went on a rant about how good the pressure was from the defense, but what I mentioned earlier about the offense being inconsistent, not being able to capitalize on drives that you should be capitalizing on. I guarantee you, some of the best teams in the league right now that are playing the best football, they're not leaving those the 7 points on the board from the Zay Flowers drop. I mean, we were driving on that play where Zay Flowers has the drop that leads to an interception, right? That could have been at least 3 points right there. You cannot continue to leave points on the board. A Lamar Jackson-led Ravens offense has not scored 30 points since week 3 against the Detroit Lions, right? That has to change if you want to have any sort of chance going into the playoffs, going up against some of these higher octane offenses. So that's what I'll say is the kind of the concern that still lingers for me. I need to see that, against New England, who has a very susceptible run defense and just kind of defense in general. I need to see some more explosive plays early on in the game and really kind of like establish dominance early, man. I mean, that's something that the Ravens haven't been able to do. I don't know about you guys, but I was depressed the entire first quarter. Just
right
game with the stone face, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, here we go again. It's going to be, a repeat of Thanksgiving. It's only going to be so long until Burrow hits Chase for a deep ball to a touchdown, and then we're playing catch up all game. But again, man, just to put a bow on it, the offense needs to be more consistent and capitalize more often for me.
Got it. Jose and Kerry, y'all went on this?
No, I haven't gone yet, but let's announce the super chat here. So
yeah. Hey, JR, man, appreciate it. He didn't send a message this time, but salute to JR for coming through. If y'all don't know, JR won the chalice. He won a chalice yesterday. So what I did was we hit a certain number during the watch party. So I give away a chalice during the call-in show, and JR won the chalice. Should be dropping it in the mail tomorrow. It just was freezing cold this morning. Like it was ice on the windows, and I don't like that. I'm in Florida. I was out of my mind having to sit there because I ain't started up, and I had to sit there in it and let it thaw out and warm up. Thank God for seat warmers. Matter of fact, I was listening to y'all trying to warm up this morning.
Okay.
I don't like that. I ain't moving up north at all. But appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate it. And again, I get that out to you ASAP. If you have a message, I make sure I double back on it and pull it.
He just says coach and give you a salute emoji.
Appreciate it. Where are we? Oh no, this is me. The only concern I have is the drops. And not just because of Zay. I need to see more sure-handedness out of, like, I think the ball hit Mark in the face, something like that.
Did it hit on?
It hit the DB in the face, then hit Mark in the hands.
Yeah, it went through his hands. Like, well, I mean, I don't know. You could argue whether it was catchable or not. It felt like if he closed in on it, he could have, got his hands around it. But he did one of these. I don't know why Mark Andrews feel like he got to lean back every time he jumped before a pass. Like, just jump up straight and catch it. But like it. He did a goalpost thing and then went through his arms and hit the DB in the face, and then he played defense on the DB, which that's probably his best play of the day.
LPBU.
Yeah.
I just know I need to see Mark Andrews start to make more of an impact. We just signed him. Jose, I know y'all talk a lot about on the defense, but that offensive move that move right there to sign Mark Andrews, I need to see more production out of him. Since the extension, the first week he had 1 catch for 9 yards. The second week he had 2 catches for 18 yards. Maybe next week he'll have 3 for 27. I need to see some sort of progression from him, especially going into the playoffs. That's when we're going to need him the most, right? Be that security blanket for Lamar Jackson. Please, man. That's all I want.
I'm going to throw this in there real quick for everybody. Answer this question.
He was out there.
Anybody?
He was out there.
Dog
he said, man, I'm not getting paid, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Make sure I'm healthy for my next team.
Dude been missing, boy. Bro didn't have a target. not let alone a catch. Bro didn't have a target. Dude was straight up missing. All right, let's see. Looking ahead, what must the Ravens do consistently to string together wins from here? Because I think we need 2 of 3, if not 3 of 3. What's the one non-negotiable area that determines whether this team stays on track? What's the one thing they need to do to give them the best chance to win these next 3 games? We'll start with you, Sutton.
For me, the biggest thing is going to be just like, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the consistency on offense is one thing for sure. Number 2, for me, is going to be shutting down the running backs over the next couple of games. We're going to need to control time of possession. What we got away with last week versus the Bengals is not going to fly against either the Patriots or the Packers. Patriots mainly because they love just big plays overall. They're the best team in the league when it comes to deep passing. They're the most efficient at that, and Drake May is looking really, really good for a second-year quarterback. So what needs to really kind of change for me, or what do they need to consistently do to string together wins? Keep these offenses off the field, man. I mean, I'm genuinely afraid of the offenses of the Patriots and the Packers. Again, Jordan Love is another guy. I don't know if you guys watched that Packers versus Broncos game this past week, but I know he had some mistakes at the end, but that kid can sling it. I mean, I'm telling you. And some of these offenses, again, they're just not going to lay down for us and just, allow us to beat up on them. So run the ball more efficiently. I need some of these run plays. And another thing, Keaton Mitchell is either gearing up to go get paid by another team, or he's looking like he might be, dare I say, the future running back. Is that crazy to say? I mean, how do y'all feel about Keaton Mitchell? I think we need to get him more involved. He's probably averaging 8-9 yards a carry this year. Yeah, I mean, the guy looks damn good every time he touches it. What do y'all think about Keaton Mitchell? Should we get him more involved, or do you want to see just more Henry? Because I would get that too. I would understand that too.
I don't think Keaton Mitchell can handle a number one back load. You know, I don't think he can handle that many carries. More carries for sure. I think he can touch the ball more than 8 times, but I don't think, running back in the future, I don't think he can be like a 20 carry a game type running back. His body won't hold up for it. But that change of pace, it's really nice, and you can give him more of that.
Right?
Yeah, my thing is
for me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, like, he's way more. I know he's smaller, so it makes more sense. But he's way more agile than Derrick Henry, right? Like, making his cuts around guys. Like, he can make 1 or 2 good moves in like a matter of seconds. It's almost like, dare I say, it's like you know what I love the most? I think the best running back in the league right now is Bijan Robinson, and Keaton Mitchell gives me a little bit of like Bijan Robinson's like quick twitch, like a gear shifting ability. Of course, it's not on the same level because Bijan is a beast, right? But Keaton Mitchell has some of those traits when running the football. So I definitely think that he should be getting at least, give my man like 8-9 carries a game, man, and just let him do his thing because he's breaking off these big runs. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because I see the chat saying like he a franchise running back. You mentioned Bijan Robinson. You already say he ain't on Bijan Robinson's level. Is he a Jamar Gibbs? Is he Saquon Barkley? Do you think Jonathan Taylor? Like do you think like he can be that type of running back? Because my thing is that's supposed to be our identity. We're supposed to be a running team. I don't want to settle for just, like, hey, he's good enough. I want to go and get the guy. I'm not saying get rid of Keaton Mitchell. Let's keep him, but add more talent. Like my thing was we should have drafted a running back in this last year's class because there's a lot of talent in this class. I would love to have Travion Henderson or Marion Hampton or Quinshawn Judkins or one of these running backs to take.
Yeah, even Monange. Monange went the 7th round, and look what he's doing with the Bears.
Even Bayshaw took him.
But Bayshaw too. Guess who Monange's coach is, y'all? The black sheep of the NFL.
EB.
Oh, Bieniemy's over there?
Eric Bieniemy is the running back coach.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
He coaching DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monange.
All I'm saying is, don't like let's not just settle and say we got Keaton Mitchell at home. Let's not get anything else. Keep Keaton Mitchell and add another running back. Is what I'm saying.
For sure.
I feel like the ratio was perfect Sunday.
Yeah,
8 to 11. Keaton had 8. Derrick Henry had 11.
That's good. That's a good split.
Yeah, it's a good split right there.
But no, I mean, I definitely think Keaton should always be in a running back committee. I don't think that he's going to be like the RB1. Like, I think T Sizzle said this on a podcast a couple of weeks ago. They need to draft or acquire another running back that's kind of like, I think, more of a hybrid between Henry and Keaton, because they're really polar opposites.
Right.
On that second level, Derrick Henry's of course dangerous with the straight line speed and the size. Trying to bring him down is tough, but they do two totally different things. Like you have to get Derrick Henry to that second level for him to be truly dangerous. Keaton Mitchell can sometimes make something out of nothing, and with this offensive line, that's important sometimes. Somebody might miss a block, but he's quick enough to like downshift, make a quick little cut here, and then all of a sudden he's turning up field, and all of a sudden he's in the secondary, and like for me, I don't know how long Derrick Henry is going to be around. I think he has probably 2 years left on his contract after this year.
Yeah.
For this.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if that ends up getting played out all the way here in Baltimore, but I think it might be time to start looking at the future of this rushing attack. It's not only just the offensive line, but Derrick Henry is not going to be back there forever. He's getting older and older. I think that it's fair to say that this year he's regressed a little bit. I mean, the offensive line, of course, hasn't been the greatest, but I think it is also, again, it's fair to say that you're starting to see a little bit more age, a little bit a lack of explosion, decisiveness from Derrick Henry. He's still a beast. Don't get me wrong. But I just think it's time to look towards the future. And I think Keaton could be a part of that as long as it's by committee.
Here.
Yeah. Piggyback off what Sutton said, and I completely agree with him. I mean, because we didn't really see a full diet of different type of runs with Keaton, I think that kind of like, casts a shadow on just what he is. I saw a little bit of stop and start quicks on some of these interior runs last week that I'm like, okay, I didn't know he had this.
Yes. Yes.
He's got some cleaner feet, so a little bit more shift than I thought. I think he's a restricted free agent at the end of this season. Go ahead and slap the tender, do what you need to do, keep him. And then, as Jose said, make it a committee. He's a guy that should be getting touches every week. I like that 8 to 10 touch kind of role for him. And, Henry at this age is a year-to-year thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, Keaton should be here for the next few years. And when Henry is gone, Keaton should be in a committee with another back.
Right.
That, another good back at that, not just, you're relying on Keaton to be the lead dog.
Right.
Another dog, in there. So definitely want to see that continue moving forward. The biggest thing for me is, man, Lamar is gonna have to be Lamar. We know what the deficiencies are with this team. Lamar's gonna have to be Lamar for them to have any hope of salvaging this as far as playoffs and trying to make a run, especially in a run game. We saw what a run game and a defense could do in this game, and I think that's the path going forward. Lamar's gonna have to be involved in that run game. He's gonna have to. That gravity is gonna have to really show itself. He's gonna have to rip off some runs, and then in the pass game, he's gonna have to make some people miss. Do some special things. That's how you overcome some of these deficiencies against some of these really good teams. That's what it's gonna take. He's gonna have to be MVP Lamar, and so that's really the main thing. MVP Lamar. Minimize mistakes, run the football.
Yep. The one thing with me versus Derek, so to speak, is when Keaton realizes that he can run through tackles with his speed, and that kind of makes up for a lack of power, because if he, hit it and go, a lot of those arm tackles that a big back would run through, he can run through them too, just by being fast. And once he realizes that, I think he can be a 12 to 13 touch dude, but them carries still sit around, 7, 8, 9. It definitely need touches outside of handing it off to him. But
yeah.
Watch A-Chain.
Yes.
Watch
yes.
Devin A-Chain. I mean, he's stronger than he looks, but still, the way he breaks tackles, he's definitely breaking tackles with speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the second part of it is, if I know his pass pro gonna get better, because as he adds weight and gets stronger, he'll get better at pass pro. Because Justice Hill sucked at pass pro 2 years ago, so he'll get better at that. But when he's in a committee, the backs have to be on the bigger side. You don't want two jackrabbits back there like Keaton would be. You need to have a jackrabbit and a more of a. You're not gonna get another Derrick Henry, but like a bigger back, and then you need almost like a combo person to kind of fit it. So, with that being said, that those other type backs could be Rasheen Ali. Rasheen Ali is bigger than him. Justice will probably be gone by the time this really is an issue. Then you just draft somebody else. So you may have your backs of the future on the team already, especially if Keaton can get his body to where he can take more carries. Because that was my concern. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't feel like he could be the number one, because he can't take the carries. But to close it out, I thought Keaton was still straight line. I didn't think he was extremely healthy, but Sutton hit it on the head a minute ago. He had a few moves where it wasn't blocked right. He jump cut, sidestep, got skinny. I was like, hold on, you wasn't doing that earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I said, he needs stuff blocked right. Had he been doing that early in the year, I'd have never made that statement about he needed block right, because he wasn't, finding those little creases and jump cutting and doing them things. But to me, that just shows he's gotten healthier and he's getting his confidence back in his body. Mentally, he probably already had it, but as far as his body knowing, okay, I can do some of these things I used to do, and he's trusting it to happen now. So I like where they're going with it, and hopefully, the touches they match out, and we get him in situations where when he's in the game, we're not just handing it to him, and it becomes a tail, like when we throw Rasheen Ali out there. But Rasheen Ali, 9 times out of 10 is probably pass pro.
Yeah.
Speaking of, how intelligent was it of Lamar to see whatever he saw, change the play to that little screen to Rasheen Ali? Something Roman wouldn't let him do.
Yeah. I mean, I think he just took a page out of Aaron Rodgers' book from the week prior, when they hit us with pretty much the same thing and it went for a touchdown for Jaylen Warren. That was brilliant play from Lamar Jackson, and really good. I saw your video yesterday, Coach. Rasheen Ali did a really good job at faking like he was going to go block, slip right underneath that guy, put that guy in no man's land. He couldn't contest the pass, nor could he get back on defense and try to stop Ali. It was beautiful all the way around.
Yeah. We're going to dive into our little off the beat questions, little funny questions, a little humor, a little knowledge, a little something different. You ain't just getting all your Raven stuff. So the first question for chat and panel, what's the most overrated adult activity that everyone pretends to enjoy? We'll start with you, Jose.
Overrated adult activity. I don't know. I mean, we're older, right? So I'm gonna say like, going out, hanging out at the club, hanging out at the bar. Like we past that age now. Like club's out the question, but if you want to hang out with your friends at the bar, like, I need to know what time it's gonna be. I need to get my nap in before I go. Anything that's past, if it's gonna go. You want me there at 9? Yeah, I definitely didn't take a nap. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna warm up to have fun until it's about 10:30. You know what I'm saying? And if it's cold, I mean, pack that up, man. Going out, yeah, bars for sure.
So,
yeah, my answer was actually pretty similar, but I'm gonna have it a little bit more specific. I'm gonna say strip clubs, right? I'm gonna say strip clubs. I think that's the adult activity. Men, that they pretend to enjoy it. I just don't really buy that you go to what I call these monetized lust layers, right? You don't go to these places.
Whoa! I never seen it, described like that. Again. What is it again?
It's not my girl says, "Where you going?" I'm going to a monetized lust layer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's a monetized lust layer. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're in there, and then just the idea of some chick like literally counting on you to, tap into your lustful nature as a man so you can open up your wallets and throw money at it. It's something feels gross about it. Like, bro, if you want to, honestly, even in 2025, especially, if you want to look at beautiful women, just go on Instagram. That's all you got to do. You don't got to waste a whole bunch of money. I saw somebody said in the chat, go in there, we just go for the wings. Go for the wing. Yeah, hey. I heard the food is really good, but guess what? You can DoorDash a lot of that now too. You can DoorDash a lot of it. A lot of places do offer that.
It's not the
season. I'm gonna go. I don't like paying for delivery fee. I'm gonna go ahead and pick
it up. they carry out on. They carry out on. Kieran, it's your turn, right?
Yeah. Being in charge, man. Like, hey, man, it's not all it's cracked up to be, man. I'm here to tell you, hey, don't get me wrong. You shouldn't be running from it. A lot of times it equals more money, more opportunity. But I find that the people that really enjoy being in charge are the people that kind of have that unhealthy desire to boss people around. And then you have the other side of it where if you're really great at it, you're great at building connections, you're great at leading people, you're never going to get the credit that you deserve for that, man. Like, you just never are. So, yeah, that's one of them things, man. Like, it sounds good when you're younger. I'm leading a team of people, man. Trust me, man. I wouldn't tell you not to do it, but just don't think it's gonna be everything that you thought it was when you were 20.
Hey, right. Carrie, I told OTR like this. The hardest thing about about being in charge, being a supervisor, manager, whatever, is convincing the people that work under you that you have no power.
Right.
Right. Like they like when they call you boss, they think boss can do everything. And the hardest thing in the world is convincing them that you can't, that you don't have the power to do that. Right? Why can't I get this raise? Why can't I do this? Why can't I hire this my cousin or whatever? Right? Because I can't do that. I don't have that control. You know what I'm saying?
I have to say so many times, you know, they come to me and be like, I tell them something we got to do, and they're like, oh, but this factor and that factor and that factor. I'm like, oh, we've already discussed all these factors. But what I'm gonna tell you is we can't do it because we can't do it. sometimes it's just bottom line. Sometimes it's like it's somebody above me that say we can't do this, and that's just is what it is, man. Like nothing else I can do at that point but keep my job.
Is it? we got for me it was going clubbing. It was just clubbing. Just, you know, as a, you know, fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, club. No. House party or no party?
House party. Don't come to my house.
We got one more question, but I also had a nice super chat that I don't want to forget. This is from Joe Min Rollins. I hope I said that right. He said we got to stop making Lamar cover for everyone else's mistakes. Offensive line is trash. Facts. Receivers can't separate. Facts. Plus too many drops. Facts. You can't have all this. You can't have all this commentary then say Lamar has to cover it all. Hello, D.R. ran backwards. that must have been that step you couldn't figure out. That was him going backwards. I appreciate the super chat and all true points. True points.
Yeah, all true. What I will say is, I agree with that 100%. But what was asked is what is needed to get to where they can make some noise in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We can't go back in time and make EDC, get them an offensive line, you know, get a pass rush, you know, work out the receiver thing. Can't do none of that right now. He's got to put on that cape. You know, if they want to make a run, he's got to put on that cape for this year. But definitely all facts what he just said.
Because that O-line, that's the reason he got to put the cape on, because of the O-line. If it wasn't for them, we could have a regular offense doing regular things and beating the heck out of people. The O-line is the hindrance for everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Last little fun question. We get up out of here. What's something that used to feel exciting as a kid, but now feels like a chore as an adult? Kerry?
I jump on it first. Clothes shopping. Something you might not be able to rock with us on this. You know, me and, you know, Jose and Coach, we were of a certain age where it's a slippery slope. Like, you can't necessarily kick it how you used to kick it clothes wise. Like, there's a certain, like, you know, you can't be out here wearing like boot cut jeans, nothing crazy like that no more. But you also can't go too far in the other direction either, and be out here looking like, you know, one of the young boys. Jeans. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you kind of, don't get me wrong, I still like clothes shopping, but it's a different kind of pressure now because you kind of gotta thread that line. There's certain things where it's like I refuse to wear that, or you know, there's a certain standard I got to uphold. But at the same time, I can't live in 1990 either. You know what I mean? So there's a balance that we have to kind of find the equal footing on that, you know, y'all don't necessarily have to.
So we'll let you go next.
Oh, well, no, I mean, for me, I mean, clothes shopping, that's not really something that I was ever really into, I could say. But I'd say in my adult years, I have like seasons where like I buy myself clothes. Most of the time, I really do not go shopping for myself like at all. So I actually leave that up to my lady. She'll go out and she'll shop, clothes for me. She knows my style. She knows what she wants to see me, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I really just let her do it for the most part. And I really just mainly wear athletic wear unless I'm going somewhere where I need to dress up. I'll put on something nice, but for the most part, as you guys can see when I'm on stream, I got on athletic wear most of the time, but for me, something that used to feel exciting as a kid, but now feels like a chore, man, listening to new music. For me, this may be like a hot one, but for me, when I was younger, on new release days, like I would be, midnight download. I'm talking on, the Lime Wires and the Dat Piffs, and I'm getting mixtapes and all that good stuff. Or back in the day, like going to actual FYE, the CD stores, or Circuit City, all that good stuff, and like actually buying physical CDs. Like it felt like a thing. It felt like a moment. But like nowadays, it's like there's so much music coming out, and they're on every single platform, on every single app on your phone. It's overstimulating almost. You know what I mean? And like nobody really listens to the radio that much anymore. So that's kind of like a dying medium. And again, for me, I kind of just hope that new good music will find me instead of going out to find it. Because I don't know, man. It's just a chore. I can't really sit down and listen to an hour and 10-minute album not knowing if I'm gonna like any of the tracks. It's hard for me nowadays. It's really hard for me. Like I got old reliables that I know I'm gonna be jamming out to in my car. You know what I mean? I don't like wasting my time when it comes to listening to new music. So I just hope that it finds me. It feels like a chore nowadays finding new music. That's just me though.
I agree. Because I listen to the same music over and over. Same little 20, 30, 40, 50 songs over and over.
Yeah. I'm same here. I got my little playlists. I fire them up, put it on shuffle. His like is brand new every time to me, so I'll be good with it.
Yeah. Because like you said, son, there's so much music that comes out on a Friday. Like it's just too hard to listen to everything. And then our attention spans are shorter. Yeah. So we're not sitting with music the way we should. I think about when LL put his last album out, which was fire too. If y'all haven't listened to that, definitely check that out. But he was doing like a Q&A, and somebody asked him, and this was like right when the album came out. Somebody was like, do you plan on doing any more albums? He was like, man, I just put this album out today. Like, listen to this one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Jose?
Along the lines of what Kerry said about going clothes shopping, I just say going out to the mall, right? I used to love doing that, as a teenager, running into my friends and, hope you see people that you saw, in school and whatnot. Like it's just, it's just one of those things that as teenagers, you have fun doing. Now that I have teenagers, and they want me to take them to the mall, I'm just like, man, all right, man. Like, just hurry up, get in there. I'll wait in the car. I'm not walking around there with you. I don't want these big crowds. I damn sure don't want to run into people that I know, right? Like, I'll wait in the car. How long you gonna be? I'll circle the block and then come and get you. I'll be that parent, like, hurry up. Yep. Going to the mall. I try to avoid that.
Yeah, I do not like going to the mall, boy. I sit in the car and play on my phone, and it could be an hour, 2 hours. I do not want to go in the mall. Like if I go, I have one thing in mind: bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Window shopping, can't do it. Don't want to do it.
Hey,
but she made me do
it. What Joseph put right here in the super chat is so real. That is probably the most real thing I've seen. Man. That's the most
snow
real
days.
Answer. Snow days when you was a kid, man. You wake up, turn on the TV, see it snowing outside. You see a little school, your county pop up on the bottom of the screen and say, your county's off of school. Oh my goodness, that used to be the best days, man. But like now, snow ain't nothing but a hassle. Nothing but a hassle.
That's right. It ain't snow day for you as an adult. It's snow day.
Exactly.
For you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just mean extra
work day, man.
It's liberal leave. I used to wonder what liberal leave means. What's that mean? Now I know. Go ahead, burn one of the PTOs. You don't want to come in.
For me, one thing that was exciting as a kid, but feels like a chore now, is freaking driving. That's driving, vacation driving to work. I need, and I'm there. Just driving is. I used to be excited. You get your license, you be rolling, whatever. I finally get to drive. You see some people, you slow down, whatever. Now I don't want nobody to see me. Let me get where I'm going, man, fast as possible. Straight line. No stoplight. I just need to shoot from my house to wherever I'm gonna be. I don't like driving, man. That get on my nerves.
No, I mean, I feel that. I mean, especially when you commute for a living, it's tough. Like at my last job, I had to commute 45 minutes each way, and man, it takes a lot out of you, man. It adds on to your work day. I mean, you don't clock into and clock out to a certain time, but that's absolutely part of the work day, man. And it can really beat you down. I know it used to do it for me.
All right, sure. And that's our last one for today. So hopefully we'll get back on track Sunday night versus the Patriots, and then you turn around and double back next Saturday night after that and play the Packers. So 2 tough teams, but I think one of these games have to be won in order for us to have a shot to get in the playoffs in week 18. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to be here with us. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow PRP with Sutton, follow Lunch Break Hot Take with Jose, and follow Deep Cover Podcast with Carrie, Chris, and Mike, and occasionally me, and occasionally Denard. So go do that, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace.